Making the Postal Service burn dollars is not going to help it balance a budget. It's not going to help it generate revenue. It's just going to be making the Postal Service more difficult to operate. It's just sabotage.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
This just came out this morning, like just a couple of hours ago, and it's so wild that I wanted to share it with you all. The Washington Post reports Trump and GOP's tax bill would sell off USPS's brand new EVs. And so apparently one of the things that has come out of the Senate version of the budget bill is a plan to sell off 7,000 brand new EVs from the Postal Service and rip up the charging infrastructure that has already been installed at post offices. Just, I mean, literally burning money, right? This has been reported by Jacob Bogage, Jacob Bogage, Bogage. So, you know, in his reporting, he talks about how the Postal Service, you know, they started a plan back in 2022 to purchase 66,000 electric mail delivery vehicles. And the agency expects to spend almost $10 billion on the project, $3 billion of that coming from taxpayer dollars to subsidize it, the rest coming from the U.S. Postal Service, which is generally speaking self-sufficient. And he reports that the Senate's version of Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill would see the General Services Administration take possession of the nearly 7,200 new postal EVs and associated infrastructure and put the assets up for auction. The proposal is unlikely to generate much revenue for the government because there is almost no private sector interest in mail trucks and used EV charging equipment built specifically for the Postal Service and already installed in postal facilities generally cannot be resold. Peter Pastor, the Postal Service's Vice President for Government Relations and Public Policy, wrote senators this month that, quote, the funds realized by auctioning the vehicles and infrastructure would be negligible. Much of the infrastructure is literally buried under parking lots, and there is no market for used charging equipment.
Hey, 5 seconds, just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
It's so, I mean, talk about government waste. You know, I mean, it would be one thing, you know, the plan has not been totally executed, right? The plan has not been totally executed to purchase 66,000. There's only been 7,000 purchased so far. So, like, it would be one thing on an efficiency argument to say, like, okay, we're not going to purchase the rest of these vehicles, right? But selling postal trucks? I mean, like I said, who is the audience for that? Who wants used postal trucks? I mean, that's just, there's not a market for that, and especially used chargers specifically made for postal trucks. I mean, it's just burning money. It is literally just burning money for why? For why? And I think that probably part of it is to make the Postal Service specifically to make it less efficient, so that they can point to that inefficiency and say, look, they need to be privatized. We need to get rid of the Postal Service because they can't balance a budget or whatever, right? And these new the new vehicles are needed, whether they are EVs or not. New vehicles are needed for the Postal Service because, as Jacob reports in the Washington Post, the Postal Service is in desperate need of new delivery vehicles. Its fleet of, quote, long-life vehicles hit the streets between 1987 and 1994. The trucks are so old that the mail agency must reverse engineer discontinued vehicle parts to conduct basic repairs. The vehicles occasionally burst into flames due to decades of overuse. I mean, so they need new vehicles. They've already got some new vehicles, and the Trump administration basically just wants to set them all on fire. It's insane. And so, government efficiency, I guess. Hopefully, hopefully the people at the Postal Service are able to convince the senators that that is not, that's not what's going to be good for people. Because making the Postal Service burn dollars is not helpful. It's not going to help it balance a budget. It's not going to help it, generate revenue. It's just going to be making the Postal Service less efficient and more difficult for the Postal Service to operate. It's just sabotage, right? It's just sabotage. If you're a postal worker and you hear this, I'd be interested in your thoughts, especially if you are one of the lucky few to be driving one of these new EV vehicles. How do you like the new EV vehicles? Let me know. 844-899-TVLR. That is 844-899-8857. You can call that number at any time, day or night, and leave a voicemail. We'll respond to it on the next program. Would really love to hear your thoughts on that. You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project. And you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.